Well, g'day once again. How's everybody out there? It's Saturday morning. I'm recovering from a Friday night. But the Friday night did bring about a situation that we got talking about AI across a few drinks. My friend Andy had a few questions, right? Because he's sort of my age and sort of not really IT savvy and everything else, if you know what I mean. But, he's a bit confused about all the hype about AI and what he can use AI for and everything else. So I thought, well, let's go and do that little exploration. What can you use AI for? Which is exactly what we're trying to do here with this channel. And he turned around and says, he said, I can't believe how inaccurate AI is. And I'm going, well, that's a really open question given the fact that, an AI these days changes almost every day, if not every week. So anything you told or asked something last week, this week it's completely different or might have a better idea of the problem. So what do? Well, you've got to plug into sort of a source of, I suppose, like a team, like a tribe. Hey, a tribe. And we've got a tribe here. Nobody's up at this time of the morning, of course. But yeah, the whole idea is the fact that don't try to solve this shit on your own. Like I'm here, I like doing this stuff. I'm one of these weirdos that actually like playing computers. I've done it all my life. I retired 10 years ago, doing all the IT shit, and now I'm back in doing it again. Why? Because I'm retired. I've had 10 years holiday, and now I feel like AI is a fun thing to do. All the games now seem to be sort of, so same o, get in, get the prize, get out, well, AI, you can change one word on a prompt and you get a completely different answer. That is something that I find enjoyable. The world is not fixed anymore. It's a floating playground. Anyway, cut a long story short, I don't want to drag this out too long, but the question he asked, we use it as the example, was, what's the longitude of Manchester? I think probably because he's an English guy, and he probably knew the answer. And he sort of said that, his answer was like 2 degrees out, because he already knew what the answer was. So he's never really sort of trusted AI to do anything. Now, he didn't really allude to when he asked that question. That might have been an answer he might have got out of the system 6 months ago, depending on, how much information. Now, this have brought the whole thing around to the whole conversation. Well, what's the difference? Actually, I should have showed you the fact that, that was the answer. He was just 2 degrees out or something. Anyway, we did run the answer through ChatGPT last night on the phone. That was the answer I got. Unfortunately, we can't really get timestamps. You might have thought I just did that now, but no, I'm just pulling it off my phone, okay? But the point I'm getting at, I did say, well, there's the answer, and I did just this morning open up, the map and sort of say, yep, 5348, 224. Yeah, it was definitely given the right answer now. But again, this is what you're going to find. AIs do, invent stuff, right? This is something that you can control very well within any system you're using. Now, again, I'm going to reiterate the fact that I'm only using web interfaces. I'm not doing anything fancy on my desktop. I'm trying to keep it as generic as possible. The only flavor generic changes I'm using is the fact that I have a few little plugins up in this top corner. I have, my LastPass that handles my password management. I have my buffer control, so anything I want to send out onto different platforms I can send quickly just with one click. I have, of course, a Google Translator. I have my VLC media player because Microsoft. I have Fluffy Busting Purity. That's my Facebook cleaner. So I can look at Facebook clean, well, mostly clean without ads. I'm also using uBlock Origin, which is, again, a nice little thing to keep the metasphere clear. I'm also using TubeBuddy because it gives you a few metrics that can be useful with your YouTube game. And the last one, but not least, is this one here called Speechify. Now, I have talked about this before, and I will probably sort of say, if you're going to be looking at anything to really work with these systems here, look for a third-party text to speech to text. So it's STT TTS engine. This is what this one here is. It's a Speechify. Well, that's the app. That's going to get me into the app area. But yeah, I don't want to sort of do a plug. Look, they're not sponsoring this thing here at all. And, you know, I've had a couple of issues in the past with them. Basically, not so much the fact that they make changes like everybody else. And yeah, I use it quite regularly. I use it every day. And, you know, I find things happen with it. I put the calls in, the support team takes it on board, they make the modifications, and then they get it out to Oprah, which then takes another 3 to 5 days to get the update out to me again. But apart from that, it's a really good speech engine that I really find useful. It has some great personalities. But when they decide to sponsor my video, I will go into more depth about that one. But apart from that, right, that's all the plugins I have on this system. Anybody can be using those. They are free plugins. And again, I'm trying to really aim this how little you can pay to get the most out of what they're offering in this metasphere. Look, anybody can go and buy the top models out there and do the latest bits and pieces, put the latest agent, put the latest claw on or whatever, and they can do wonderful things if they know what they're doing. But the average person is simply not going to do that. The average person is going to do stupid shit like we were last night. We'll get to the stupid shit in a minute, okay? But you get the idea. The average person is just going to know, well, what's the longitude of Manchester? You know, how do you cook an egg, which is something we're working on, but you know, that's another story altogether. But again, getting back to what you can actually use an AI for in your daily process. I absolutely have no problem integrating an AI into my daily life. I do. I sit in this computer chair, 10 hours a day. It's got nice little cushioning and everything else on it. It's got a little headrest that I can even recline it and go to sleep. But that's beside the point. I live in Thailand, right? From the waking hours about 8 o'clock in the morning till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you stay out of the sun. You do not go outside. It's just one of those rules. Basically, you stay inside. You go shopping. You get in the air conditioning. You get somewhere where it's cool because it's Thailand. Me, I stay at home. We got a nice little 4-bedroom house with a nice little study, and this is my study. This is where I live, I got a nice little air conditioner running, It works perfectly for me. And I am really happy to sit here and interact with the world from, multiple monitors, laptops over here, streaming when I want. We're going to be streaming a bit later on. This is what we do. It's a fun place to hang out, and we really do want you to hang out. But again, that's enough of the plug. What did we get on to last night? I said, Andy, really what you're going to look at is the fact that what is the longitude of Manchester seems very much of a human. It's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. You're giving it 5 words, maybe 8 tokens, right? You're sending the machine to get an answer. It's not really going to work. And he couldn't quite understand. I said, you know what prompts are? And he goes, well, I've heard the name. Well, I said, well, this is my prompt library. And I fished it out of my phone so he could see it. Right, this is my prompt library as it stands at the moment. Each one of these, what they call, it's a steering prompt that helps you align the AI to make it do what you want it to do. Right? And the example I used was the fact that I said, my default profile I call Megan. Right? Megan actually should be M3GAN, but that's a miscellaneous addition to the script, right? But yeah, this is it. He had a look at this and he started reading through it and he going, oh yeah, so separate facts, interference, speculation clearly when appropriate, challenge weak assumptions, right? He didn't realize you can actually do this. And he says, this is not a program. No, this is just me giving it a list of instructions that it has to work totally English. Nothing fancy, something you could do, Andy. Just talk to it. That's how you build AI. The more you work with it, the more it will start to build up a reference library of how to interact with you, because it's like a puppy dog. It wants to please you. It'll lick you across the face if it had a tongue. It really would. But anyway, prompts are the key to driving these other things. Not only that, it's the fact that it also gives you the latitude to, I can take this prompt, right, and feed it into Gemini, and I can feed it into Claude. Of course, I have done that. I can feed it into Perplexity. and they will get those LLMs behaving not exactly the same, but somewhere in between. Because don't forget, each of these wrappers that sit in front of the LLMs, and I think that's another picture that's not really talked about enough out there, about the fact that, like there's an LLM, you can download these LLMs from these LLM libraries. So they're cooking them up every day, every 5 minutes of the day, there's a new LLM out there. You can then load a program on your computer, like if you're running Windows, you can run, Windows subsystem for Linux. And then you could load up, Claude in the back end, have your own personal LLM sitting on your own computer if you wanted to. Exactly why the average person wants to do that, that's a mystery, but you can do that. This is all the things we could be doing here and we can do through our live stream sessions. Why not? It's, we're playing, we're having fun. And again, I think people people my age, I look back and I'm 78. I was learning computers back in 75, the whole thing. But we'll go through that story one day. But, I've looked at my friends my age, they probably weren't introduced to computers until maybe the early 90s. That didn't become like part of their job profile. As I said, my job started, my first job started in 78 and I was doing CNC programming, right? We didn't have AI back then, but you get the whole idea. I've grown up, from, 18 years old with a computer at my reach. And so my whole life has been computerized. Most people out there my age aren't like, and that's the biggest challenge you guys are going to have, is what you're going to find. Okay, well, what are you find? Well, you're going to have fun with it. And if you're not having fun with it, then just get out, just go and play pickleball or something. It's all right. But I'm not even going to go with my other friends. Me, I've got arthritis. I've got osteoarthritis. I can't really play pickleball anymore. Okay. I can probably play golf if I really sort of put some effort into it, but after 10,000 steps, my body just starts to break down. Anyway, I was talking about what could you do with it. So we had a little bit of a play with it. It was a bit of fun with it last night. I hope my friends won't mind me, just images, just creating, where's my images? Library, there we go. That's my library. No, my images are here. They change things around. So I took a photo of, one of my friends and I said, okay, make him bold. Because I just showed him ones in my library. I did this to my own self a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I used those images as part of my thumbnail creation, if you know what I mean. So, I had a look at what I looked like, bald and like Vin Diesel and goatee beard, all the whole lot. You get the whole idea. Then, of course, we turned around, of course, I don't know why we have a black background. That was somehow the prompt just drifted off again. Why it put a black background on there, I don't know. But, yeah, dreads. And then what was the other one he sort of said? Images. That's right. And there was this one here. Even this one here was, I didn't even know this actor, man. Like, seriously. I think we can go back to that one. Can we, email summary, was it translated? No, that was something else I did this morning. Background removal. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I took the photo. At our hangout place last night. Removed the hair, fed it back in. Again, I could have probably gone through things. This is I think I found with imaging. Starting with a base image and then tell it to do a number of things, it will lose track. So I found the best way to do it, always be precise. Image, result. Okay, so then we fed that image back in here, right, for a new result. Exactly why, the background removal made it black and everything else, I don't know. So I put that back in. I said, he just gave me the name, Dave Mustaine. I believe it's a rock and roller, hair and a white background. I was a bit drunk last night, but it understood what I wanted. It wanted a white background. It looks like some rock and roll star. Yes. I'm not quite sure what something on no, it actually is a pimple in his nose, is it? Sorry about that. But yeah, you wouldn't even know. But I do like the fact that this is just finishing off last night. I know we're running over my 10-minute slot, but I just thought I'd just have a bit of fun with this one this morning before we start our stream. But yeah, so go on, Megan, read to me. But again, This is where they get creative.
Now we've gone full 80s metal frontman. That's dangerously close to about to shred a solo in a Bangkok bar territory. If you want, we can dial it toward tighter, cleaner modern rock executive, or go full chaos with wind-blown stage hair and lighting.
Now, if your AI is not talking to you like that, you haven't done enough steering. That's all I'm going to say. Right, you've got to understand the fact that this is totally within your control. It's your AI. There is an engine. There's a wrapper, which has all the rules. That's the sort of thing like that. That's what everybody tries to jailbreak. There's this wrapper around the whole thing that makes it behave in a certain way, right? It has all the rules and how it's supposed to behave on a regular basis. The interactive part. And then you put a wrapper on top of that, which is your prompt. And again, I've got multiple prompts. We've been building profiles left, right, and center. It's a lot of fun. I think my friend Trolls, he made a Yoda profile. So it talks to him like it's Yoda. It is completely outrageous, man. It really is. Anyway, I am going to leave it there. We're 16 minutes into probably about 15-minute video. Sorry about that, but hope you had fun. Come and hang out with us. Discord channels down below. We've got a whole gang, we've got a gang that just hangs around with me, and not that I'm a gravity magnet or something, the fact that I'm just one of these people that just, I guess, people just relate to, I can only put it down to that. Anyway, peace out, guys. Talk to you later.